Think Ryan Reynolds got this far on his superior acting method?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best creative choices made in superhero films. Oh, and spoiler alert, as we'll be diving into some big plot points in these films.
You can't solve society's problems with a gun.
Number 20, J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson, Spider-Man franchise. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy remains one of the best series of superhero films ever made, and one of the smartest things Raimi did was cast J.K. Simmons as Daily Bugle editor-in-chief J. Jonah Jameson.
Call the patent office, copyright the name Green Goblin, I want a corner every time somebody says it.
A sworn enemy of Spider-Man, Jameson attempts to ruin the web-slinger's reputation through the press. Simmons captures the essence of the character perfectly with his fantastic delivery, and provides some of the funniest and most memorable moments in the entire franchise.
Here's a headline. Food poisoning scare sweeps city.
Some food got poisoned?
I'm a little nauseous, yeah.
In fact, his performance was so good that Marvel Studios ended up bringing him back for the new films.
There you have it, folks. Conclusive proof that Spider-Man was responsible for the brutal murder of Mysterio.
Number 19, cameos, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
We knew this film was going to have surprise characters, but we didn't think they'd be this crazy. Early in the film, we meet various interdimensional Wolverines, one of which includes the popular fan cast of Henry Cavill.
The Cavalrine. The legends are true.
Later, we see Chris Evans reprise the role of Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four movies. Arguably the biggest surprise appearances are the Resistance, a team of heroes consisting of Daphne Keene's Laura, Jennifer Garner's Elektra, and Wesley Snipes' Blade. Channing Tatum also finally got to portray Gambit, after his solo movie languished in development hell. These cameos were all a great homage to both the comics and the unforgettable history of Marvel cinema.
There's only been one Blade. There's only ever gonna be one Blade.
Number 18, the real Mandarin, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Burn it down.
Many fans felt that 2013's Iron Man 3 didn't do this villain justice. In that film, the terrifying Mandarin is revealed to be a puppet for the real antagonist, Aldrich Killian, which many saw as a disappointing twist.
This is the Mandarin?
I know, it's embarrassing.
Hi, Trevor Slattery.
Ben Kingsley's casting was seen as a waste, as fans wanted to see him duke it out with the Armored Avenger. Thankfully, Shang-Chi redeemed him. Tony Leung portrayed him as the powerhouse he is in the comics, while also giving him depth as a family man. Given the negative stereotypes surrounding the original depictions of the Mandarin, this is one of the best changes the MCU has made.
I have to save her. She's calling to me.
Number 17, Iron Man and Captain America's feud, Captain America Civil War.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth.
The Civil War of the comics received mixed reviews for the political conflict that divided the Marvel Universe. While its depiction of security versus freedom was interesting, the filmmakers chose a slightly different route for the film adaptation. Instead of being mainly driven by political differences, the heroes choose their sides for deeply personal reasons.
It's not S.H.I.E.L.D., it's not Hydra.
No, but it's run by people with agendas, and agendas change.
That's good. That's why I'm here.
For instance, Black Panther is consumed by vengeance after his father's death, and Vision is driven by his desire to protect Wanda. Most importantly, the final fight hinges on Iron Man seeking vengeance for his parents' murder at the hands of Captain America's best friend. Civil War not only honored the classic storyline, it made the characters' motivations more personal.
This isn't going to change what happened. I don't care. He killed my mom.
Number 16, Magneto and Professor X's relationship, X-Men franchise.
It won't be that way. Then kill me and find out.
Despite their faults, many agree that these films perfectly depicted Charles Xavier and Eric Lensher. Patrick Stewart made for a perfect Professor X, and his chemistry with Ian McKellen created one of the best hero-villain dynamics ever put to screen.
Why do you come here, Charles?
Why do you ask questions to which you already know the answers?
Yes. Your continuing search for hope.
The prequel, First Class, added more layers to their complicated friendship, as James McAvoy proved to be every bit as captivating as his older counterpart. And Michael Fassbender brought a rage and sadness to Magneto we hadn't seen yet.
They're just kids. No, they were kids. Shaw has his army. We need ours.
Their performances made their journey from best friends to bitter enemies incredibly emotional. Wolverine may have been the face of the X-Men, but Charles and Eric's relationship was the heart and soul of the franchise.
No, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't shoot anybody point blank, let alone my friend.
Oh, come on. You know I can deflect it.
Number 15. Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa / Black Panther, Black Panther.
What are you talking about? I never freeze.
The role of the first MCU's first black lead came with high expectations. As the King of Wakanda, T'Challa had to embody compassion, royalty, and power all at once. Suffice to say, Chadwick Boseman more than delivered.
I don't care that you brought Claw. Only reason I don't kill you where you stand is because I know who you are.
He first wowed us with his portrayal of Black Panther in Captain America: Civil War, before showing the character's struggle to be both a good man and a king in his solo film. Chadwick Boseman also trained his body for months before filming, and you can definitely tell by his physical performance. His commitment to the role made him and the character a modern-day icon, and his legacy will be remembered for years to come.
I cannot stay here with you.
Number 14. Ron Perlman as Hellboy, Hellboy.
You guys coming or what?
We've had 2 attempted reboots of this franchise in recent years, yet the original live-action Hellboy seems irreplaceable.
Jesus, what's that on your arm?
Oh, crap.
Jeremy Renner was considered for the role early on, with Renner turning it down due to a lack of connection to the material. Director Guillermo del Toro and Hellboy creator Mike Mignola wanted someone who could perform with prosthetic makeup, and del Toro campaigned for his friend and collaborator Ron Perlman for 7 years.
What you looking at, John?
No, nothing.
Most fans agree that Perlman's working-class persona was perfect, and the Red Demon makeup didn't hinder his acting at all. We felt every bit as emotional for Hellboy as we would for any other character, and that's no small feat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Number 13. R rating, Logan.
What the hell are you?
Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is easily one of the most violent superheroes in film. However, many fans felt that he was held back in the PG-13 rating of the X-Men films, which made his fights relatively bloodless. That finally changed with 2017's Logan. Fox greenlit the film with an R rating and gave audiences the brutality and violence they'd been wanting to see. The adult rating also allowed for more mature themes to be explored, with the film drawing inspiration from westerns and noir, genres that suited the character perfectly. After so many years of waiting, Jackman finally got to unleash the Wolverine we know from the comics, and it was absolutely worth the wait. Number 12. Batman Goes Noir, The Batman. While other films featuring the Dark Knight shine in their own ways, Matt Reeves' vision takes things to a whole new level. The Batman is known for its dark atmosphere and thrilling mystery. Everything from the brooding monologues to the eerie serial killer villain felt inspired by film noir. More importantly, perhaps, it felt authentic to Batman's roots. For longtime fans of the character, a movie about the world's greatest detective doing real detective work felt long overdue. The way Reeves merged the gothic style of Tim Burton's Batman films with the realistic approach of Christopher Nolan's felt quintessentially Batman.
God, look at you.
Number 11. Anyone Can Wear the Mask, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I gotta get in pants. Wait, why is the voice in my head so loud?
This animated Spidey film gave us a whole new perspective on what it means to be a superhero. It feels like a comic book brought to life, with an art style that includes Kirby Crackle, on-screen lettering, and comic panel layouts.
You wanna know what happened next? Me too.
However, what really makes this movie special is its portrayal of Miles Morales. His awkwardness, individuality, and charm make him one of the best legacy characters in the Marvel Universe. Miles shows us that even someone who doubts themselves can rise to the occasion and become a superhero.
And it's a no on the cape.
I think it's cool.
Take that off, it's disrespectful. Spider-Man doesn't wear a cape.
The idea that anyone with power and a sense of responsibility can be Spider-Man is a great expansion upon Uncle Ben's famous quote.
They're counting on me.
Probably not you specifically. I I think it's a metaphor.
Number 10. The soundtrack, Guardians of the Galaxy. When director James Gunn initially showed the soundtrack to Marvel executives, many questioned why he was using songs from the 1970s. Some even suggested that it might alienate kids. But Gunn stuck to his guns and kept his choices for the tunes. The result was a phenomenal soundtrack that helped make Guardians one of the biggest movies of 2014. Artists like David Bowie, The Runaways and the Jackson 5 featured on the soundtrack, and helped it become the first one to top the album charts despite not having a single new song.
Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Listen to these words.
Number 9. Batman's Origins, Batman Begins. At this point, is there anyone alive who doesn't know the origins of Batman? That may be a slight exaggeration, but the point is that the story of how Bruce Wayne becomes Batman is pretty well known. Christopher Nolan's version, however, really stresses the motivations behind Bruce's decisions to fight crime, moving past just the murder of his parents.
My bets lost away.
That's frightened me. This time my enemies shared my dread.
We see Bruce struggle to come to terms with his parents' death, and even see him consider murder at one point, before deciding to abandon his fortune and live on the street. Nolan explores these points in detail, and the result is a well-rounded and well-developed character.
I'm no executioner.
Number 8. Captain America's themes, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Look at that. He's making me cry.
I am looking for qualities beyond the physical.
One of the main reasons why the Marvel Cinematic Universe is so successful is because it features strong characters with clear motivations. At the same time, however, these characters are quite different from each other. The action sequences involving Captain America are exciting to watch, but it's the themes underneath the action that make us care about the character.
Grab my hand!
The second and third films did a terrific job of capturing Cap's distrust of the government, a major theme in the comics. This, of course, contrasts with his unwavering patriotism and desire to always do the right thing.
Then finish it. 'Cause I'm with you to the end of the line.
It's this arc that made his conflict with Iron Man in Civil War so believable and so effective.
He's my friend. So was I.
Number 7. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, DC Extended Universe.
If you like a girl, can you light her cigarette with your pinky? Because that would be real classy.
The Joker's sidekick was an incredibly popular character even before she debuted in live action. She's a villain who can be pretty sinister, but beneath her Harlequin persona has the potential to be a hero.
Oh, Jesus Christmas. Now you're gonna say that you want to kill me to set an example. Christ, you're boring.
Despite the less than perfect track record for the film she appears in, most would agree that Margot Robbie was absolutely perfect in the role. She gave us all new reasons to sympathize with Harley in every appearance, from her becoming more independent to making friends with fellow vigilantes.
Isn't this fun? It's just like a sleepover. We should order pizza. Hey, Cosmos. Harley, focus. Okay.
She's also an incredible physical performer, with some badass action scenes. The old DCEU may be a thing of the past, but Margot Robbie's nuanced and comedic performance will always be iconic.
Oh, right in the chest.
Number 6. Spider-Man's motivation, Spider-Man.
What's your name, kid?
The human spider.
The human spider, that's it? That's the best you got?
As with Batman, Spider-Man's origins are pretty well known at this point. The thing that Sam Raimi was able to get perfect, however, was the motivations behind why Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man.
These are the years when a man changes into the man he's going to become the rest of his life.
When he first discovers he has powers, he's selfish and uses them to make money to impress Mary Jane. When he realizes that his selfishness results in the death of Uncle Ben, however, he commits his life to fighting crime, learning the important lesson that with great power comes great responsibility.
Who is Spider-Man? He's a criminal, that's who he is.
Many believe the subsequent Amazing Spider-Man film franchise flubbed this all-important part of the story, and failed to truly capture the essence of Peter Parker and his decision to become Spider-Man. So the fact that the Raimi trilogy nailed it stands out even more.
It's as if you've reached the unreachable, and you weren't ready for it.
Number 5. Christopher Reeve as Superman, Superman franchise.
Here you go, miss.
Gee, thanks, mister. He's such a naughty cat. I always tell him not to.
Oh, well, hold on now. Let's not be too hard on Frisky, okay?
Some actors seem to fit their roles perfectly. In Christopher Reeves' case, he was born to play Superman.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me! Who's got you?
Released in 1978, Superman was DC's first big-budget superhero film, and it wouldn't hold up nearly as well without its lead actor. Arguably no one has better embodied the hero's kindness and earnestness since.
Do you like pink?
I like pink very much, Lois.
Sure, his crazy powers stretch his believability, but Reeve sold the character's tragedy and charm so well that it's impossible not to root for him. Just as the movie's tagline says, Christopher Reeve did the impossible and made us believe a man can fly.
You're a dreamer, Lex Luthor. A sick, twisted dreamer. Your plan couldn't possibly work.
Number 4. Batman and Joker's relationship, The Dark Knight.
Here we go.
Before making the sequel to Batman Begins, Christopher Nolan turned to the comics. Taking inspiration from The Long Halloween and The Killing Joke, Nolan crafted what is arguably the best superhero movie of all time. One of the main reasons why the film was so successful and well received is because of the relationship between Batman and the Joker. These two have a far more complicated relationship than simply hero and villain. Essentially, two sides of the same coin. The Joker only exists because Batman exists.
Why do you want to kill me? I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you?
Nolan does a phenomenal job capturing the subtleties of the two characters, and the result is an outstanding film.
I think you and I are destined to do this forever.
Number 3. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, X-Men franchise.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's winner and still king of the cage, the Wolverine.
An iconic character can be made or broken by the casting choice. With Wolverine, they got it absolutely perfect, but only by luck. First choice for the part was actually Russell Crowe, who wasn't interested. But he told director Bryan Singer to check out his friend, a then unknown actor by the name of Hugh Jackman.
What do they call you? Wheels? This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
After Dougray Scott was cast and backed out, Jackman got the role. The result was magic, making Wolverine come to life while simultaneously launching Jackman's career. He's brilliant at capturing Logan's anti-hero persona and his conflicting desire to be left alone, but also help people. While the X-Men films have had their ups and downs, you can always count on Jackman to deliver an outstanding Wolverine.
Got any beer?
This is a school.
So that's a no?
Yeah, that's a no.
Number 2. Fourth wall breaking, Deadpool.
Oh! Oh, hello.
Although still overwhelmingly popular, the abundance of superhero films in the early 21st century has brought on some criticism that the genre may be in danger of growing stale. Then Deadpool was released.
Quite unfortunate.
After years of development difficulties, Ryan Reynolds was finally given the chance to portray the real Deadpool, and he delivered flawlessly. He did an especially outstanding job breaking the fourth wall.
You made me ask twice.
Is the mask muffling my voice?
What could have been a dumb or annoyingly repetitive gimmick quickly became the highlight of the movie, and worked in seamless balance with the rest of the film's jokes.
Good one. Yep, that's a good one.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Is it better to be feared or respected? And I say, is it too much to ask for both?
It's amazing to think that had the first Iron Man film been a failure, the Marvel Cinematic Universe may never have existed. Although Iron Man had his fair share of fans, he was previously considered a B-list character and didn't hold the weight of a Spider-Man or a Batman. Director Jon Favreau immediately tapped Robert Downey Jr. for the part, as his past shared some similarities with the backstory of Tony Stark. And, of course, RDJ absolutely nailed it, delivering one of the best performances of his career.
Please, no gang signs. No, throw it up, I'm kidding.
He quickly became the face of the MCU, as witnessed by his appearance in so many of its films.
I am Iron Man.
So, what do you think should have made the list? Let us know down in the comments.
I could do this all day.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.